Top 10 smallest countries in the world. The world is so big that exploring it is impossible at one stretch, right? You might know which is the biggest country in the world and popular nations like the USA or China, but what about the smaller countries? Can you give us an idea of the scale for the world's tiniest countries? They're way smaller than you think they are. Which country is the smallest? Do you have any guesses? Or have you ever been to any of these tiny countries in the world? Here at Country Facts, we'll go on a vacation to these tiny countries and explore them all virtually. The first on our list is the Vatican City at 0.49 square kilometers or 0.17 square miles. The world's smallest sovereign state in terms of both land area and population serves as evidence that being small does not necessarily mean being uninteresting or powerless. In addition to this, it packs a significant cultural wallop. St. Peter's Basilica is a baroque masterpiece. The Sistine Chapel is a spectacular example of Michelangelo's painting, and the Vatican Museums are home to the most extensive collection of art in the world. The Vatican City State is a small independent state within the city of Rome. The total land area of the miniature nation is just 0.4 square kilometers. An area of 62 soccer fields might be accommodated on this plot of land. That makes the Vatican City the tiniest nation on Earth. It's also one of the most densely populated countries with 2,273 people per square kilometer. Vatican Hill's the highest point at a mere 75 meters. It's impossible to get out to sea. Italy completely surrounds Vatican City. Up next, we have Monaco at 2 square kilometers or about 0.78 square miles. A tiny principality on the French Riviera, Monaco is a country in its own right. The tiny country is about 1 square mile in size and has a coastline of only 2.5 miles. This area is roughly 1.8 times the size of the Pentagon's footprint. Thus, behind Vatican City, Monaco is the world's second smallest country. They have 19,564 people per square kilometer, making them the second most densely populous country in the world behind Macau. 164 meters is as high as the tallest point, and the Principality of Monaco is only France as a direct neighbor. A surprising array of sights, including a palace, a cathedral, several delightful gardens, the excellent Oceanographic Museum, and of course, its world-famous casino. This must be the most glamorous of all the small countries. It's always bright, it's always impeccably kept, and it has every extravagance imaginable. Up next, Nauru, 20 square kilometers or 8.1 square miles. Nauru, a sovereign island nation, is located in the Pacific Ocean. The total land area of this tiny state is just 8 square miles, and it has only 18.6 miles of coastline. This area is roughly equal to half of Manhattan in terms of land mass. As a result, Nauru is the 7th smallest country in the world and 2nd smallest in Oceania, behind Tuvalu. It also has the highest population density in Oceania, with 515 people packed into every square kilometer. Command Ridge in Nauru is the highest point, yet it's only 61 meters above sea level. No other countries border Nauru directly. Because it is the location of Australia's offshore detention center, it is frequently in the news for unfavorable reasons. This is the only micronation that you probably don't need to visit because there are no great beaches and there's very little tourism infrastructure. However, the micronation's perimeter road offers stunning scenery. The interior is desolate, and old Japanese World War II remnants provide passing interest. Tuvalu, 30 square kilometers or 11.6 square miles. The Pacific island nation of Tuvalu is located some 3,700 kilometers from the coast of mainland Australia. The dwarf state's total land area is just 11 square miles, and its shoreline is only 14.9 miles long. As a comparison, Manhattan's around 0.8 times as large as this area. As one of the most densely populated nations with 459 people per square kilometer, it's also a very populous nation for its size. Funafuti is the highest point, yet even there it's barely 5 meters high. There are a total of 9 islands in this archipelago, and no other countries border Tuvalu directly. Because of its isolated location, which is about the equivalent of that of Hawaii and Queensland, it only sees a couple thousand tourists annually. Snorkeling in the lagoons and soaking up the laid-back allure are 2 activities that visitors might enjoy who are looking for an eco-vacation that features low-key accommodations, independent exploration, and an absence of cruises and tours in their itinerary. San Marino, 60 square kilometers, 24 square miles. This enclave in northern Italy is the world's oldest sovereign republic, having been established in the year 301. It is also the sole survival of the independent nations that previously existed across the entirety of Italy. It is just 61 square kilometers in size, but it is home to a number of villages, in addition to some rocky scenery and several breathtaking outcrops capped with castles. Liechtenstein, 160 square kilometers, 62 square miles. This sliver of a country is nestled in the flanks of Austria and Switzerland, and it shares the Rhine Valley as well as spectacular alpine scenery. As a result, it is an uncommon sight for weary travelers to ski, trek, or mountain bike, but it offers all these activities. The Prince's Way is a hike that is legendary but rarely traveled because of its high altitude. Although it's not open to visitors, the Vaduz Castle, which dates back to the 12th century and is located high above the capital, is a breathtaking sight. Marshall Islands, 180 square kilometers, 70 square miles. This Pacific nation is an autonomous state. Nonetheless, it is affiliated with the United States, and the American economy and money serve as the nation's foundation. It is home to more than 1,000 islands and 29 coral atolls. One of these, Bikini Atoll, is notable for being the site of the atomic bomb testing and is where the bikini got its name. This area is a haven for scuba divers, particularly due to the number of sunken ships from World War II, one of which is an aircraft carrier. In addition to these water sports, deep-sea fishing, kiteboarding, and surfing are also popular activities in the area. St. Kitts Nevis, 260 square kilometers or 101 square miles. Queen Elizabeth II served as the head of state of the Caribbean nation of St. Kitts and Nevis, which is sometimes known informally as St. Kitts. It is the smallest country in the Western Hemisphere. The beautiful reefs that protect the beaches, the extinct volcanoes such as Mount Luamiga and Mount Nevis, the wild jungle, the towns that date back to the colonial era, and the magnificent Brimstone Hill Fortress are the primary draws. Nevis is the island that is known for its calmer atmosphere and its beautiful botanical gardens. Maldives, 300 square kilometers, 116 square miles. The most sparsely populated and geographically extensive nation in Asia, the Maldives consists of a smattering of islands dispersed across enormous portions of the Indian Ocean. Due to the fact that it is only 5.1 meters above sea level at its highest natural point, it has become a terrible poster child for global warming. Although it is most renowned for its snorkeling and scuba diving opportunities, its beaches with brilliant white sand, and its luxury resorts, travelers on a budget will find that this location is still accessible thanks to the presence of local guest houses. Malta, 320 kilometers squared or 122 square miles. The nation of Malta is the 10th smallest country in the world. It consists of two main islands, Malta and Gozo, as well as several minor islands, all of which have been shaped by centuries of dominance by Mediterranean countries. Despite its size, it has 3 monuments on the list of World Heritage Sites, some of the longest history in all of Europe, including megalithic structures that date back to 3150 BC, and beautiful architecture, culminating in its fortified capital city from the Renaissance period, Valletta. When you combine a breathtaking coastline with virtually constant sunshine, you get huge joys in a relatively small area. And that's it for today's video. Hey, don't forget to tell us which country you have visited from our list. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching.